Hey guys, time for another quick video. It's amazing what you can find out about these players once you start researching about them. The first guy, Hoyt Wilhelm, nicknamed Old Sarge, basically because he was a war hero. Fought in World War II. Wasn't able to start in the major leagues until he was 29. He was in the Battle of the Bulge and was wounded, received a Purple Heart. Played his entire career with shrapnel on his back. You know, this was back when men were men and the women were glad of it. 8-time All-Star, 1954 World Series, 2-time ERA leader, 143 wins, 228 saves, and a lifetime 2.52 ERA. Had a 46.8 WAR, which WAR really doesn't work with relief pitchers, which Hoyt Wilhelm was known for. Does rank him 371st all time, ahead of guys like Herb Pinnock and Dizzy Dean. He led the league in ERA as a rookie in 1952. He also led the league in ERA in 1959. 124 wins in relief. That's a major league record. He was recognized as the first pitcher to 200 saves and to appear in over 1,000 games. Hoyt Wilhelm. Next, Dodger great, Pee Wee Reese, known as a Little Colonel, and Pee Wee was his nickname. Career 68.4 WAR. Ranks him 117th all-time, ahead of guys like Roberto Alomar, Ryan Sandberg, and Miguel Cabrera. 10-time All-Star, 1955 World Series champion, 2,170 hits, lifetime 269 batting average. Spent 1943, 44, and 45 in the military. Famous for his support of Jackie Robinson, born in Akron, Kentucky, which is about 35 minutes from where I'm standing right now. Pee Wee Reese and Elston Howard share a dubious record of appearing in 6 World Series and losing. Later in life, he was employed making Louisville Slugger bats. Was married to his wife Dottie for 57 years. Pee Wee Reese. Next up, Mr. Lee Smith, an intimidating 6'6", 265-pound Lee Smith. Lifetime 280, 28.9 WAR. Like I said, WAR really don't work for relief pitchers. 7-time All-Star, 3-time Rolaids relief leader, 478 saves, lifetime 303 ERA, 1,251 strikeouts. Was scouted by Buck O'Neill. Was a 1991 Cy Young runner-up, in which he had 47 saves. When he retired, he was the leader in saves for the Cubs with 180 and the Cardinals with 160. He nearly quit the team when they moved him to the bullpen. He kind of considered it as a demotion, but Billy Williams, Cub great, convinced him to stay on the team. Lee Smith. Next up, another All-American hero, Mr. Warren Spahn. Lifetime 100.1 WAR, which ranks him 32nd all-time, ahead of people like Pedro Martinez, Bob Gibson, and Steve Carlton. Was in the Battle of the Bulge. Received a Purple Heart, Bronze Star. Spent 1943, 1944, and 1945 in the military. 1957 Cy Young, 1957 World Series, 7-time All-Star, 3-time ERA leader, 363 wins, which ranks him first as a lefty. 2,583 strikeouts and 28 saves. He has the most wins of any pitcher who pitched their entire career after 1920. So that basically cuts out like Walter Johnson and Cy Young. Had 2 no-hitters at the age of 39 and 40. Part of the old saying with his teammate Johnny Sane, there was a poem that was wrote, basically Spain and Sane and pray for rain. That's how the poem went. And one time there was a stretch to where him and Sane, Warren Spahn and Sane pitched, and it just happened to be, you know, a couple rain days between a couple of their starts. Well, one time those 2 pitchers went 8-0 over a 12-day span. When he was a rookie, I think he was a rookie, Casey Stengel sent him to the minors because he refused to hit Pee Wee Reese in an exhibition game. Casey Stengel said it was the worst mistake of his life. He made a comment that Warren Spahn had no guts. And then Stengel said, well, you know, this kid went on to be a war hero and maybe the best left-hander of all time. So he said it was his biggest mistake, Casey Stengel said. Warren Spahn said he was also the only player to play for Casey Stengel before and after he became a genius. So I think the year that he sent Spahn down to the minors, Casey Stengel got demoted, or got fired actually. So all-time great here, guys, Warren Spahn. Next, another one, probably another guy that doesn't get enough hobby love. Mr. Greg Maddox here in this Desert Shield. 4-time Cy Young, 4-time consecutive Cy Young. 1995 World Series, 8-time All-Star, 18 Gold Gloves, 4-time ERA leader, 355 wins, lifetime 3.16 ERA, 3,371 strikeouts, 106.6 WAR, which ranks him 27th all time, ahead of guys like Phil Niekro, Warren Spahn, Randy Johnson. The only pitcher to win at least 15 games for 17 straight seasons. He appeared in 5,008.1 innings and only had 999 walks. Holds the record with 13 complete games with under 100 pitches. That is now called a Maddox. If you pitch a complete game and it's under 100 pitches, that's now called the Maddox. He said when he got in the jam, unlike most pitchers which tried to pitch harder, he would pitch softer and focus more on movement and location. He could pitch the 2-seam fastball, circle changeup, 4-seam fastball, cutter, slider, and splitter. In his entire career, he spent one 15-day stint on the DL in 2002. Once went 72 1/3 innings without a walk. In July of 1997, he pitched a 77-pitch complete game and was born April 14th, 1966, the same day as brave, great David Justice. Thanks, guys.